Hello everyone, welcome to FEARTALALES Ghost Stories channel, and today's story is, in a remote village in China, a forbidden ritual awakened something that should never have returned. In Duzhou County, there was a remote mountain village called Ye Family Village. According to the village's customs, every night each household had to burn two bundles of joss paper in front of their door, one bundle of offerings and another for wandering ghosts passing by. The joss paper was meant for deceased family members, so their journey to the underworld would be smooth, without obstacles. After burning the paper, every household tightly shut their doors and locked the bolts early. Those who believed in Buddhism or Taoism would pray indoors, hoping to survive the night safely. Late at night, a violent storm broke out. Rain pounded against the leaves with a rattling sound, like wandering ghosts walking through the forest. The howling winds sounded like sobbing and wailing, making the already abnormal atmosphere even more eerie. On a narrow path leading into the village, a blurry figure appeared in the rain and wind. The shadow left the village, climbed toward the mountain behind it, and headed straight for a grave. This graveyard belonged to the ancestors of Yi family village, where members of the Ye clan had been buried for hundreds of years. The dark figure stopped in front of a grave with no tombstone, planted a soul-summoning banner at the head of the grave, and stood in the wind, clasping his hands as he called for spirits. The freshly turned soil showed that this was a newly made grave. "Second sister-in-law, today marks your 7th day," the man said hoarsely, his voice sounding no older than 40. "The ghost festival has just passed. I've come to visit you." He stood silently for a moment, then took a red umbrella off his back, opened it, and placed it over the grave to shield it from the rain. Carefully, he took out 3 incense sticks and planted them deep into the muddy ground. Ignoring the filth, he knelt down and kowtowed 3 times. Then he stood up, pulled out a curved shovel, and began digging. The grave soil was fresh and soaked with rain, extremely loose. In less than 20 minutes, he had dug through. Wiping away the mud, a coffin appeared, bright red, as vivid as blood, glistening in the rain. The entire coffin was painted a deep crimson. Such a color symbolized a sudden death, heavy resentment, and powerful malevolent energy, often used to suppress evil spirits. Not only that, 30 red threads were tightly wrapped around the coffin, forming a dense net, as if to prevent whatever was inside from crawling out. The man lowered his head and murmured, "Second sister-in-law, I'm here to help you." He took out a dagger and cut the red threads one by one, then used a crowbar to pry out 7 coffin nails, each 7 inches long. Taking a deep breath, he forced the coffin open. Inside lay a corpse dressed in pure white burial clothes. By the dim light of incense, the woman's face appeared deathly pale. Her cloudy eyes bulged wide like those of a dead fish, her expression vicious and terrifying. An overwhelming aura of cold yin energy radiated from her body. "Hiss!" The man sucked in a cold breath. Even though he had prepared himself, his legs nearly gave out. He hurriedly knelt down and kowtowed 3 times before the corpse, trembling as he spoke. "Second sister-in-law, you died during childbirth. 2 lives lost at once. But those people clung to ancestral rules and ignored human decency. They separated you from your child and buried you in 2 different graves. Tonight, since your soul has returned, I, Yedabao, risked everything to dig you and your child up, to reunite your child with you." After speaking, he pulled out a burlap sack from his chest and opened it. Inside was the corpse of a baby. Yedabao placed the child's body onto the woman's corpse, then retreated backward and knelt on the ground, anxiously waiting. Suddenly, a piercing cry of a woman echoed violently through the rain and wind. With a sharp movement, the female corpse sprang out of the coffin and sat upright. Her hands clenched tightly, fingers shriveled like dry branches, binding the child to her back. She stared at Yedabao and broke into an extremely eerie smile. Yedabao's knees trembled as he knelt, bowing repeatedly. "Second sister-in-law, I've fulfilled your wish. I'll seal the grave afterward. No one will ever find it. Please, for all my hardship, grant my wish." He pulled out 3 incense sticks from beneath his feet and stepped forward, waving the incense smoke beneath the corpse's chin. In his other hand, He held a bronze basin, placing it beneath her face. The woman extended her neck forward, unmoving, cooperating with him. A single drop of liquid fell from the corpse into the basin. 10 minutes later, the bottom of the basin was coated with a thick layer of substance. The corpse frowned, her face turning ferocious. Yadabao quickly withdrew the incense and basin, wrapped the basin tightly in thick rubber, and hid it inside his clothes, watching the corpse slowly lie below. Part 1 ends here. Stay tuned for Part 2.